Hey guys, Oddball here, and in general, to answer your question, should you buy a Steam controller? No. It's garbage. I really want to like this controller. Obviously, I invested money in it early, but it feels plasticky. It feels like one of those cheap toys you get from the mall that has like a bunch of Nintendo games on it or SNES toys or SNES games. It's really unimpressive. However, I didn't want that to take away. I mean, it even sounds cheap. I mean, that's your button presses. I don't know if you can hear that on camera. I could bring it. Now, all in all, I understand things can be cheap. You're trying to keep your hardware costs down. I totally get it. But first thing you notice when you put this into your hands, it's huge. It's like holding an Xbox One controller. And I mean that like the very first Xbox One. I'll give you a comparison real quick. Look at the, so this is a 360 controller. This is obviously the Steam controller. And the difference may not seem like it's that much, but when it comes to holding it in your hands, I can tell you right away which one I'd rather be holding. It would definitely be this one. Another thing you see on a lot of controllers, I know that this is a special edition controller, so it's got that really nice rubberized coating. Would have been nice to have that. I mean, at least to pay basically a game's worth for something like this. I'd really expect it to be a better build quality. But you know, maybe this is really advanced. Maybe the touch is really advanced. Obviously, this is why most people are interested in this. This is why we got it. I pulled this out. Now, originally I had a lot of gameplay footage where I was trying out this game and ran into an issue, but I wanted to get this out as soon as possible, so I didn't deal with it after that. I considered it, it's lost, whatever. But I tried playing Mad Max. So new title came out, and let me preface this by saying it's the first time I've played with this controller. I've played it with about 3 hours now on about 4 separate games, all from different genres. In Mad Max, you have this trackpad here, this very large trackpad, and this here. Now let me turn off the controller real quick. Go away. Please die. There we go. So this trackpad takes up so much room, and in almost every game I played, it's completely useless. It either just controls the camera or does nothing at all. The click doesn't do anything at all. Even in menus, for most games that I tried it, this does nothing. You're still using the joystick, which begs the question why this is even here. The way the buttons have been moved down here, it's a far stretch. It doesn't feel comfortable to reach these buttons so far to the left, especially because in most games your A and your X are used more often than anything else. And so I have to stretch all the way over here, and then it doesn't feel comfortable. Take a game like this, for example, to where my thumb, literally, if you just hold the controller, your thumb is just over A and X by default. Here, you default to the trackpad that isn't used. So that was in a Mad Max, a platformer. I tried it in Broforce. I tried it in Duck Game, and it completely unusable. And it takes up a good fourth of your controller. I don't even understand why it's here. Now, granted, that could be because it's not supported yet, or you have to go in and you have to change the settings. But right out of the box, that's a pretty big disappointment. I expected much more from it. You don't even. I've only got this to pop up twice in the Steam overlay, the big couch setting. I know that has a name, but it eludes me for the moment. But the big picture. So I still end up using the joystick to navigate big picture. Like, you can't even swipe through to do things, which seems very odd considering it was made by Valve, by Steam. Such a interesting choice. Maybe it's a glitch. I don't think it's a glitch. It just seems like it was very poorly used or implemented. Actually, I'll try it right now. I'll turn it on. This will be like the 8th time I've tried this, by the way. Alright, so it's on. Yep, I get it. And still no trackpad. Nothing. Still have to use the joystick to get around on the screen. It'd be very nice if I could control my options here. Now, granted, the joystick isn't bad for navigating. We know that. It was designed for that. But if you're going to give us a trackpad, let us use it. So that's really disappointing. The last game that I tried some FPSs. I tried PlanetSide 2, which was hilarious on a controller, which you should never do anyway. And I tried Depth. Depth is more casual, obviously a first-person shooter from the diver standpoint. I didn't play the shark because that was third-person, but I did do the diver. And I was hoping, I was praying that this trackpad would make first-person aiming more accurate. Just better in general for controllers. Make it more like a mouse and keyboard in a way. That was my hope. Maybe I was setting the bar a little too high, but this is completely useless for first-person shooters. Basically, my biggest gripe with the controller is the whole reason why I got it. I was hoping that this trackpad and this trackpad would be awesome. They'd be some sort of really cool thing that if you were in a strategy game, you could separate them to zoom out or zoom in, or you know, do something cool or grab 3D objects and really try to control. Now, granted, I haven't delved into those games with this controller yet, and maybe I will later. But just my initial thoughts on this, certainly not worth 60 bucks. It's nothing special. If anything, it's more of a gimmick and probably a quick moneymaker. And that's really sad. I expected a lot from this. And just by comparison, I got this special edition Battlefield 4 controller. I didn't even use it for Battlefield 4. I just got it because I wanted to play like arcade games. 20 bucks at Best Buy. I mean, on sale. I mean, you're going to get a really good, responsive Xbox 360 controller, special edition with scuff stuff. I mean, obviously this has it too. But you're going to get a special edition controller for almost nothing these days. I mean, there's no reason to get it. I'm sorry, Steam controller. I wanted to love you, but you just ended up breaking my heart. Anyway, side note, for those of you who've been wondering where I am, I feel like I always make videos saying that I haven't been around or that I'm sorry for not being here or whatever. I'm a busy guy. Give me a break. At some point, I'll find my way back to making videos again, but this kind of showed up, and well, I had to make some time to make a video on it. Anyway, I gotta go back to doing other work stuff. I wanted to like you so much. Why?